9th class students. In previous class, I completed the keywords which related to sense organs. Now, I will revise the total lesson once again, that is sense organs. If you look in sense organs, we can find out 5 sense organs, that is eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin. I will explain the total topic briefly in this class. Eye. If you look in eye, we can find out 3 layers, that is choroid layer and sclera, choroid, retina. If you look in eye, we can find out 3 layers, that is sclera, choroid, retina. There are 3 layers in the retina, eye. If you look at sclera, the bulged region present in the sclera is known as cornea. If you look in these 3 layers, we can find out different parts. If you look in retina, we can find out 2 types of cells called rods and cones. Do you know, children? Rods helpful to detect the low intensity of lights and cones helpful to detect the bright color lights. So, defects in rods causes night blindness, defects in cones causes color blindness. If you will observe, the place where more cones will be present, that is called fovea, also called as yellow spot. The place where more cones will be present, that is called fovea or yellow spot. And if you will observe, we can find out blind spot where optic nerve arise. Where optic nerve arise. Optic nerve arise. Optic nerve arise from retina place. We can find out blind spot. In blind spot, there is no rods and cones. So here image will not form. So that is called blind spot. There we can find out any rods and cones. That is called blind spot. So these are the 3 layers present in the eye. And also I explained about the diseases which related to eye, that is short-sightedness and long-sightedness, myopia and hypermetropia. And I explained about xerothalamia. Lacrimal gland does not secrete tears, so simply called as dry eyes. If you will observe, vitamin A is very essential for normal functioning of eye. So everyone should take a food material which contain rich of vitamin A, like this carrot and leafy vegetables like amaranth, methi and palak, etc. Totakura, mentikura, palakura, chukakura, all these contain vitamin A. So, and also I explained how to protect your eyes. Does not protect your eyes. Don't watch solar eclipse and lunar eclipse and weldings, gas spark weldings. They may cause harm to your eyes, which leads to cause blindness. And second important sense organ is ear. If you look in ear, we can find out 3 parts, that is external ear, middle ear and inner ear. There are 3 parts in the ear. The first part which is visible to outside known as external ear. Some people thought this is ear. No, this is only a small part in the ear. The actual part present in the skull. So this is called external ear. External ear is made up of cartilage, a soft bone. It looks like trumpet. So what is the use of external ear? Send sound waves into the ear. And middle ear. If you look at middle ear, we can find out a canal known as auditory canal. Here we can find out some wax. This wax will be produced by ceruminous glands and sebaceous glands. What is the use of wax? This wax helpful for lubrication. This helpful to send sound information in the form of waves. So this wax helpful to send sound information very easily. If you look at middle ear, we can find out 3 bones, that is very important in the exam point of view. malleus and incus and stapes. According to their shape, they looks like instruments which used in gold work, which used by goldsmith. That's why they get their names malleus, incus and stapes. These three bones attach to one another to form a chain which send sound information to inner ear. Inner ear, malleus, incus and stapes. All these three looks like instrument which used by goldsmith. That's why they get their names. And inner ear we can find out two parts, that is semicircular canals and cochlea. These are the two parts which present in inner ear. So when sound waves travel into the middle ear from external ear, when the at the end of external ear we can find out tympanum. In Telugu it is called karnaberi. So when we will touch the sound waves into the tympanum vibrates. The tympanum vibrates and send sound information in the forms of waves to middle ear, inner malleus, incus and stapes. Outwards, the message is passed to inner ear, that is called semicircular canals and cochlea. There onwards, we can find out a nerve known as auditory nerve. So the auditory nerve carries sound information in the form of waves to brain. Afterwards, the brain processes the information. Like this, information is passed to brain from external ear. So these three parts, external ear, middle ear and inner ear. Sound waves travel into the inner ear in the form of waves. So we can, how tympanum works, we can compare with a simple activity. Take one funnel, plastic funnel, and cover the funnel, broad end of funnel. See here? Like this will be no funnel. Take one funnel and take one balloon and cut the balloon and attach the balloon into the broad end of funnel. Now take some food grains and keep the food grains on broad end of funnel, and if you blow air from the narrow end of the funnel, we can find out some vibrations and we can find out some movement in the grain. So here, when information is passed from external ear in the form of wave, that waves are touched to the auditory meters. These auditory meters vibrate. These auditory meters, simply called as tympanum, vibrates, produce sound waves into the middle ear. There we can find out three bones, malleus, incus, stapes attached to one another and send information to inner ear, semicircular canals and cochlea to brain through auditory nerve. This is about ear. Next, I will explain about nose. Nose is the organ which usually detects the smell. So the receptors which present in nose known as olfactory receptors. And also I explained in the previous class, nose, there are two nostrils. These nostrils opens into nasal cavity. These nasal cavities lined with mucous membrane. This mucous membrane helpful for humidification. When dust particles enters into the body respiratory system through these nasal cavities, the mucous membrane helps to prevent the entry of dust particles into the nose. And also this mucus also helpful for humidification. Humidification means when hot air passes into the nasal cavity, the hot air becomes cool. What is the reason? If hot air enters into the lungs, it may cause some lungs problems. That's why the hot air converts into cool with the help of mucus present in the nasal cavity. And if you will observe in nose, there is a close relationship nose and tongue. Do you know? We can identify the smell of objects or food items without seeing also. What is the reason? When the water chemical, smell chemical dissolve in the mucous membrane, it produces some electrical impulses. These impulses carried by a nerve known as olfactory nerve to brain. Do you know? At the time of severe cold, we cannot find out the taste of food and we cannot find out the smell of food. So, nose. Nose consists of olfactory receptors and tongue. Do you know? Tongue helpful. We know that tongue helpful for taste of food. There is a close relationship between nose and tongue. Do you know? At the time of severe cold, we cannot identify the taste of food. What is the reason? At the time of eating of food, at the time of chewing, the odor chemicals present in the food get dissolved in the mucous membrane of the nasal cavity. At the time of chewing or eating food material, the odor chemicals present in the tongue get dissolved in the mucous membrane of the nasal cavity. After that, you feel the taste of the food material. At the time of severe cold, the nasal passages are blocked with the sneeze. So, on that time, mucous membrane is not present. So, that's why we cannot identify the taste of the food material at the time of severe cold. So, there is a relationship between nose and tongue. Tongue consists of papillae. There are three types of papillae in tongue already explained in the previous class. That is foliate papillae, fungiform papillae and villi papillae. There we can find out some buds known as taste buds. Do you know? 10,000s of taste buds present in the tongue. Taste buds consist of taste pore and taste cavity. When food is chewed and mixes with water to form liquid form, and the liquid form of food enter into the taste buds, at the entrance of taste bud, we can find out olfactory receptor. This olfactory receptor receive that information and send it to brain through a nerve known as olfactory nerve. Like this, we can feel the taste of the food material. Last sense organ, skin. Skin helpful for touch. Last sense organ, skin. Skin helpful for touch. The receptors present in the skin known as cutaneous receptors. The word cutaneous indicates skin. If you look in skin, we can find out mainly two layers, that is epidermis and dermis. And if you observe in dermis, we can find out hair follicles, blood vessels, nerves. Okay, all these are present in the dermis part of the skin. Do you know the color of skin will be pigment due to a pigment known as melanin. Melanin is the pigment which will give color to the skin. So, skin acts as sense organ and as well as excretory organ. Do you know skin also responsible to send waste materials like sweat. If you look in skin, we can find out two glands, that is sweat glands and sebaceous glands. These two glands present in the skin. Sweat gland helps to produce sweat and sebaceous gland helps to produce sebum. So sebum means oil. So skin acts as touch, and skin also responsible to sending waste material from the body. And if you will observe skin, we can find out different receptors for different senses. For example, for touch, tactile receptors; for pressure, passing on corpuscle cells; for pain, nociceptors. There are different types of receptors for different senses. Do you know skin diseases also I explained in the previous class, that is bacterial diseases like leprosy, and viral diseases like chickenpox, measles, and vitamin deficiency diseases like pellagra, etc. So all these 5 organs are sense organs, very useful to our body. All these sense organs are really reveal so many information with the help of brain. So if you love the height, the study of eye is called ophthalmology, and the study of ear is called audiology, and the nose, tongue, ENT, the specialists who treat the diseases which affects to nose and tongue are called ENT, ear, nose, throat. And skin, dermatology, the specialist who treat the skin disease called dermatologist. Okay, this is about sense organs. In the next class I will explain about 7th lesson in 9th class. Okay, thank you children.